Hello YouTube, this is Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Hey, today I'm just attempting to weld up some aluminum, basically coupons. They're about 1/8 of an inch thick, and there's 4x4 coupons. And I'm just trying to practice on my aluminum welding. And I made this box. It was probably late last year, sometime probably right before the fall, just screwing around with it because I made, I don't know if you guys remember the video, the first Trefoil video. I used aluminum tubes to make it, and this is a picture of it here. That was the first one I made. And then the second Trefoil I made, I used stainless steel, so that's kind of a different story. But that was my first time in a while, you know, welding aluminum. I was with the Trefoil, and I used my some TIG welding, and I used my aluminum spool gun just to get into certain areas that I couldn't get into with my TIG welder, and it was just interesting just getting back into aluminum because I really hadn't used aluminum or welded aluminum really since I left school, because I've been, you know, welding Cor-Ten, mild steel, and stainless steel. But then last year I decided to go back to using some aluminum. That was last late winter, early spring when I made that video when I was making the first Trefoil. And Trefoil is just a Trefoil knot, as you saw in the picture. But just getting back into the flow of welding aluminum is totally different from you know, welding mild steel or stainless steel, because it's almost, it wants to constantly almost melt, just kind of melt away, it seems like. Aluminum to me seems almost like plastic when I grind it, or I like use my plasma cutter to cut it. It just kind of just blows around like plastic, it seems like. I just know that it's very difficult for it to corrode, but it can like oxidize and get like this ugly coating on top, and so it's just different. But I kind of stayed away from it for a long time, because when I was in school I just hated welding it, because I don't know if you guys, I mentioned in another video, I was in a it's like this kind of a special class that they created for, it was like 12 people in that class, and they just came up with this class, and I got a phone call from a young lady that worked for the government, and they just came up with this idea to train 12 people on how to just weld. I mean, just different types of metal. So we welded from 1/8 all the way up to a 2-inch armor plate. You know, so we welded, you know, aluminum and mild steel and stainless steel, 304, 316, stainless steel, just all types of metal. We had all the, anything we wanted, we had. I mean, the best of machines. We had Lincoln, we had Miller, we had ESAB. We could just go to any machine we wanted and just weld, MIG weld, TIG weld, stick weld. It was just the craziest thing. You know, they gave us, you know, gloves. I mean, everything we needed, we had. And it was just 12 people. Again, it was just the craziest thing. It lasted for probably 9 months, a year, something like that. And so it was really like a sped up course, like a fast track course, because normally when you you know, do a welding program, It was over at the college, Washington Community College. Normally when you do that program, that takes years because of all the, the class hours and all the other stuff you have to do, all the different semesters. But with us, it was just a really fast-paced class. And so, like I said, I learned how to weld aluminum, mild, stainless. It was a very thorough class. So it wasn't something that you just do a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, we spent hours and hours each day just welding, just having fun and welding. We learned metallurgy, but our instructor, she said, just kind of, read on your own, and then we'll talk about the metallurgy, portion of it. And so it was just a interesting and fun class. I couldn't wait to get back to class after we left, the night before. I couldn't wait to get back. They even allowed us to, if we had projects at home, like one guy had a go-kart he was working on. He was a military guy. He served in, I think it was Desert Storm. And he was just making like go-karts and everything. So he brought the go-kart in, and they allowed him to use their equipment to weld the thing up. It was just crazy. So I said all of that to just kind of get you up to speed on kind of my welding knowledge, a little bit that I have. And like I said, I hadn't welded aluminum in quite a long time, up until last year. I welded trefoil, and then I may have welded, I think this block, and I was welding a large aluminum block. It was probably, I don't know, 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 as far as the coupons. But I got started with it, haven't finished it because I had to go on to other sculptures because things were getting busy. People were wanting commission work and all that stuff. So I kind of set it aside, but of course now I'm gonna have to go back to it and finish it up. So this is gonna be like a 3-cube sculpture. I'm not sure when I'll be able to finish it, but today I just wanted to just weld up some aluminum for some strange reason. I don't know what triggered this thing, but I just wanted to get some aluminum going, and I wanted to let you guys just see me doing a little bit of aluminum welding, just to show you how bad I am, and maybe just throw out a little bit of what I learned, to you guys. Aluminum, like I say, to me, it's really for me. It's about getting the right temperature on the TIG welder. Just putting my TIG rod in, shooting for me, it's like shooting the TIG torch in almost on a straight angle. I have a little bit of travel angle for travel, but not much, because it seems like when I have too much travel angle and I go to dip the rod, it just melts the rod before I get to the piece. So I really have to focus on keeping my my TIG rod almost pointing straight in and not too much of an angle. And I'm sure other guys that work with aluminum all the time don't even think about that. They just go. And the other thing is just having enough heat, but not too much heat. And then you have to have enough heat, because with mild steel or stainless, if I have my heat setting somewhere close to proper, or being the correct settings, I can just weld that. But with aluminum, it's just not the same, not for me anyway. So what I'm gonna do is be welding this guy up and put the other 3 pieces on, and then just let you guys see me screw some aluminum up. These didn't come out too bad, but that was off camera, and it seemed like when I get on camera, bad things just start happening sometime. But we'll see. We'll just see if we can have some fun with it. I'll move the camera in a little bit closer so you guys can see, what it is I'm doing with this. I'm set. Let me turn my welder on. I think I'm set at 140 amps. I don't need all of that because I'm running 1/8 of an inch thick. As I said, coupons. I just have it up just to make sure I get enough heat, to burn in. I think I have to see what my settings are, but I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys do this all the time, but let me fire this water up, and I'll give you a little bit more detail on what the settings are. All right, so I'm at 140 amps. What am I at? My AC frequency is 40. AC balance is 30. And that's pretty much it. I'm at about 10 to 12 CFM on the gas, just using argon. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna move you guys in a little bit closer, just so you can see this a little bit better. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just lay this on here and see if I can well, I might be able to just add some rod. I was just going to just tack it on without rod, but I can probably get some rod on here. Standing up pretty good. Well, it was. All right, let me see if I can get a tack on here. Got one tack on, and I just hit the pedal, just full blast, just went on with it. And I'm using one of the clamps that I showed you guys. It's the one that goes into the side of the table. This type of clamp, and we're sliding into the side of the table. And just clamping it down. Just trying to close a little gap in that spot. All right, here we go. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically hitting the pedal, just full blast. Try and get a quick tack in there. So with this one, I'm gonna have to I won't add rod, I'm gonna have to just blast it because it wants to move this way, and this piece wants to go that way. The top piece wants to kind of slide to my right, and the bottom wants to slide to my left. So I'm going to have to just kind of hold it with my hand and just try and just tack it in. Just like that. So now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to kind of hold it in. Just like that. And now it's a matter of just putting the top piece on. Just line it up as much as I can. And it's a little bit too wide. It's almost too wide. But what I'll do is I'll just catch a corner. I probably just have to pry it up a little bit, but see if I can catch one of these corners. Yeah. I think the coupons are cut straight out. I think they are anyway. I have to blame myself if they're not. That'll be my fault. Seems like it's on a downward angle, but I don't think so. I think it's okay. Could be the coupon. It's just one of those things, guys. Just trying to get it all lined up as best I can. See if I can tack it here. Nope, let me move it up a little bit more. All right, let me try that. It's just when I put these sidewalls on, they appear to be a little bit wider than this top. All right, got one tack on. Let me see how this thing looks. I have to raise this side up just a little bit. It's just kind of weird how things go pretty good until you get on the camera and then things start acting a little crazy. I'll go ahead and see if I can tack it here. On this corner. I got that one. Now in this corner, wants to kind of pucker up, so I'm going to put my hand on there and see if I can get it to, well, I'll take my clamp, put it on here. That's good. I don't know what it is about aluminum, me and aluminum, we just don't get along that well. But starting to get a little bit better. Just getting back into the practice of it, I guess. that one. I like to go with 3 tacks so that when I weld, as I'm coming down, I don't want it to separate. So I like to go with about 3 tacks on here. And I guess with like anything, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Like I said, there are a few things I like about aluminum, but one thing I really like is it doesn't appear to look good until you finish. When you look back at it, it looks good. It just kind of flows together somehow. So I'm just going around just tacking. Me and my haste, guys, I haven't put the bottom piece on. That's kind of weird. I just tried to run that the piece on and it was nothing there. Must have got excited and just wanted to just continue welding. I don't know. It's kind of a love-hate relationship with aluminum. Now I'm just going around just trying to get it to seat in. I almost burned a little hole in it on this side. It's the weirdest thing. It's just tacking and hoping that it'll be okay. I don't know, aluminum, to me it just seems, I don't know, I guess forgiving, I guess. It seems like even when my welds are screwed up, it still comes out looking pretty decent. So I'm not sure what or why that is, but it just happens like that. I'm running, my wire is 3/32 4043. And I came across some, I think it's 53, 56 wire last year when I was making the trefoil, because I went to my supply house and asked them if there's anything stronger than 4043, and they said, yeah, the 53, 56 is more durable. And this block on the table, this is about a half inch thick aluminum. I'm just using it somewhat for a heat sink, and I'm also protecting my table because I have my ground clamp clamped to this plate, so I don't have to clamp my ground plate to the table and be arcing the table with the ground clamp. So I just clamped it to this plate. So what I'm gonna do now is just attempt to run a bead. So hopefully you guys will be able to see the bead a little bit better than you could see, me tacking, because everything's right in the way. I'm gonna go around here and just make sure I have enough tacks. I'll tack here and here. So a couple more tacks. So this might be a good video for you guys to get some popcorn and come back and get ready to get some good laughs. Because I'm not that good yet with aluminum. But I guess for me, it's just, I just love welding. So whether it's aluminum or whatever it is, I just love doing it. And I'll get better as I practice. All right, I'm gonna see if I can just run a bead, through here. Hopefully you guys can see it. All right. When I get to the ends, I'm trying to come off the pedal so I won't get these big craters. Just like I said in one video, if you get craters can crack over time if they're under stress. And I'm just trying to stay in that little valley, if you will, and get my travel speed up, because I don't want to melt this because it's not that thick. I'm coming off my paddle a little bit. I'm slowly coming off the paddle. Hope you guys can see that. I'm coming off slightly early because I'm kind of getting out of position. Because I have my prop here, I don't want to come off the prop too much. Just trying to keep a pretty fast travel speed. I don't want to stay in one spot. Go ahead and close this a little bit better. What I'll do now is just flip it over. So I'll be sure to get off 4 sides. And I cleaned the aluminum with acetone. And what I'm doing as I'm welding, I'm watching that weld puddle fall down into the valley. I'm not just going so fast that it's not penetrating in. I need it to penetrate, so my travel speed is fast, but it's not super fast. That's because I want this puddle to flow down into that valley. And in this section through here, my gap's a little bit wider, so I'm shoving the wire in. I'm not just laying it on there, I'm kind of shoving it in to fill that gap. And this is a spot I almost burned a hole through, so I'm going to have to come back and add a little bit more to that spot right there. little bit more. This one ugly little spot. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. So I'm about to come back again. I think I'm going to flip it over. This thing is hot. Kind of dip my rod just a touch. I'm about to go ahead and grind it. All right. As I'm welding it, it seems like it's just ugly and running all over the place. Then when I look at it, it looks pretty decent. But under this hood, it just looks like it's just ugly. That's things I've always, every time I'm welding aluminum under the hood, it looks like it's really runny and ugly. But then when I take the hood off, it's not too bad. As I'm saying, I'm just trying to stay in that right in the groove as much as I can. Alright, get out 4 sides there. Run this side. Not too bad, not too bad. I know one artist, he only uses aluminum. Makes some really, really nice stuff. And if you guys have never welded aluminum, when you get started welding it, you understand what I mean. It just seems like it looks like all of it is melting away as you're welding. But as you can see, the bead is coming out, fairly decent. I know a lot of artists are afraid to use aluminum. They're also especially afraid to use stainless steel. They just think that stainless steel is just the hardest thing in the world to weld, when actually it's fairly easy once you get the hang of it. It warps easily, so you have to know how to control the heat, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I think the sound of welding aluminum intimidates people more than anything. It frightens them because of the high frequency. And when I fired my welder up last year, I kind of forgot about the high frequency, and it scared me for a second. But then I remembered that's just a part of aluminum welding. I think this might be my last sight, maybe. I got the old hole. I should have slowed down. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Right there in that spot. There's so much heat on the inside of this piece that it will blow out. And that's not just aluminum, that's any piece that you weld, and you should give it time to cool down and then go back and fill that last little spot. But there's so much heat and pressure that it blew out right there. So that I must be finished welding everywhere else if it did that. Let me see. Yep. Ooh, it's hot. Ugh. So what I did on the other 2 blocks is I got, you know, somewhere in this vicinity, and I stopped for a few, about a minute or 2 to let it kind of cool, and then I went ahead and finished welding that. So let me see if I can close it up now. It wants to blow it out. Yep, it wants to blow the weld out. There's too much pressure has built up. Wow. So I'll let you guys see. Right there on that edge. It blew out and doesn't want to close up. Now I'm gonna have to let it cool down, and then it'll and let some of the pressure and heat escape, and then I'll be able to go back in and weld it. But that's aluminum welding. All right, guys, so that's aluminum welding. I mean, it just takes a lot of practice. But like I say, even though I'm out of practice with it, it still didn't come out too bad. I mean, I'm not going to grind the welds. I'm just going to probably stack one on top of the other in some kind of form. Then I'll put it on a base. It'll just be a what we call a tabletop piece. The person can put it on a desk or tabletop or a pedestal or however they want to do it. But I just got to decide how I want to put them all together. I may even have each of them individual, coming off of a nice base. So I have one here, one a little bit higher, and then another one a little bit higher than that, coming off of aluminum rods or something, as opposed to having them touching each other. So we'll see. And I may even paint them like, you know, one could be red, one yellow, one blue, like the primary colors. Something like that. Maybe make the base round or a triangle or just something, just kind of playing off the shapes. But that's pretty much aluminum molding, like I said, guys. And I just wanted to show you guys and allow you guys to see me screw up some stuff, because everything that I do is not always, you know, perfect or really good. But a lot of that stuff you guys don't see because it's off camera oftentimes. But I want to just show you guys that I'm just an average welder, nothing special or anything like that. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. And maybe I'll name this one, this video, how to screw up some aluminum. All right, guys. So I'll see you on the next one. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something as usual. And so, as usual, guys, peace out.